So today we're looking at missing angles in triangles. Now when we look at the learning objective, you will see that there is one clear word in this, and this is calculate. Of course, calculating angles, so we know what we're measuring. We're measuring the turn of the corner of the triangle. But we are not using an instrument to measure it. We are calculating it. Therefore, we are expecting to see calculations for each of these. So, first of all, we need to know our angle fact. And the important angle fact is that in a triangle, there are 180 degrees. Therefore, if we know that we have two of the angles, we can calculate the third. Here we have two angles and we can calculate the third. So our first step is to add up what we already know. This angle here and this angle here. Now, although there's nothing written, it's using the universal mathematical symbol of right angle so that we know that is 90 degrees. So we have 90 degrees here, 40 degrees here. Add those together, gets us to 130 degrees. Therefore, if we take that 130 away from 180, we'll find out the missing angle here, which is 50 degrees. Same principle on this one, but this time we're given two angles. We've got an angle of 34 degrees, and that is not 220, that's 22 degrees, excuse me, 22 degrees. Again, add them together. We're then going to take the 180 and we're going to subtract 22 from it. (158 degrees). So to recap, we know that angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Because we are calculating the angles, we need to do our jottings. Even if it's a calculator paper and we're using a calculator to physically work out those numbers, we still want to see what numbers you've worked out on the paper. Oops, I've just realised that's gone off screen. My apologies. Two more questions here. One with geometric notation, another given two angles. Pause the video, work out your calculations, then replay the video. Again, we know this is a right angle, so this is 90 degrees. So we've already got 30 degrees plus 90 degrees, add it together, gets to 120. We know that there are 180 degrees in a triangle. We're going to take away 120, gives us the answer of 60. Again, same principle, 100 degrees plus 54 degrees, 154, got 180 minus 154, 26 degrees. Now, these are just standard triangles. We can, of course, get questions where we have special triangles. I don't know whether I can fit all of this in one shot. Just. Now, with this triangle, we know this angle here is 52 degrees, but, however, we don't know this one and we don't know this one. However, we do know the external angle here. So what we can do is we combine the fact that angles in a straight line add up to 180 to find this angle here. And then once we've got this angle here, we can find this angle up here. Now, like I've said before, often in questions like this where the geometry is getting more complex, what they'll do is they will label the angles with letters. And often the easiest way to do this is to find the angles in alphabetical order. So the fact we have a straight line means that we've got 180 minus the 120, that will give us 60 degrees. The straight line here, 120 taken away from the 180 will give us that. And now we're back to angles in a triangle, so that we've got 52 plus 60 gives us 112, 180 take away 112, 68 degrees. Now in this triangle here we only have one angle, that's it, that's all we have there. However, we do have some other important geometric information. Here, this angle here, and this, sorry, not angle, this line here and this line here have dashes on. Therefore, it means that this line here is the same length as this line here. So without even doing any calculation, I can use my colour coding. As always, it won't get you any extra marks. It just helps you see what's going on a little bit clearer. Colour code it first. Remember, the two angles that are the same with an isosceles triangle are the two that come down away from each other. So if you've got those two sides the same, it's those two down there, and it's those two angles which are the same. Therefore, if that's 70 degrees, that one therefore must also be 70 degrees. No calculations involved, it's angle facts. So if we know those two angles, we can go back to the same method before. 70 degrees plus 70 degrees gives us 140 degrees. 180 degrees minus 140 degrees gives us 40 degrees.